we need to be waking up early. What do I mean by this? By waking up early, I mean more than just waking up before the sun rises or at 6, 7 a.m., whatever it may be. It's more of a mindset that you keep in your mind how you live your life, right? So, sort of the central point of this channel is about success and also values and how values lead you to success, right? So, to me, waking up early is sort of a value in itself. It's a combination of other values, but it represents sort of who you are and what you do. Sort of like you're getting your game plan together, right? You're doing these things you need to do. To me, it leaves me more time in the morning where I can talk to God and pray, even if sometimes it's like 5 minutes, sometimes it's like a half hour, sometimes it's an hour. It sort of depends, right? It fluctuates per day. I don't have like some hard limit where I need to be up at 5:30, take a cold shower, dump my face in ice, whatever. It's sort of just to catch my breath and breathe every morning, to make sure that I submit myself to God, and make sure that, let God search my heart and know my ways. So this popular verse in the Bible where it's search my heart and know me, Psalm 139. So that's what I do every morning, where it's like I take that moment to just set aside all I have to do in the day and just know my ways, even if it's just as simple as that. And it's like, because I'm so I overthink so much, I tend to overthink so much in the past, where I don't want that to bleed into my future, right? So I talk about this in terms of manifestation. So I'm not going to say that I'm an overthinker, even though I have in the past. That's not who I am anymore. And part of that is just that quick surrender every morning that I do. And I think waking up early in the morning, it speaks volumes about who you are and what values you have. For instance, I think it's a common thread that if you wake up earlier, you're more of a successful person, not just in terms of money, but in terms of relationships, in terms of wisdom, discernment, all the things that not everybody can see on the outside per se, but where it speaks volumes about you. Even looking at my own life, people that I know that wake up early are usually going to the gym. They usually have something to do. They're working a good job. They have their life planned out well. Of course, not perfectly, but people that wake up late, I know people who wake up at 2 p.m., 1 p.m. I can't fathom how you can wake up that late. If I ever sleep past 9:30 or 10, then I'm freaking out that my day's already over. And it's not like the morning routine type thing where you need to have a perfect morning. Every 5 minutes you're doing something. You worked someone's whole day ahead of you before it's even 8 a.m. or something. But to me, it's just it resembles your values and what you stand for. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's just a certain aura around being up early and getting things done, right? And even if getting things done isn't what people would see, but it's the meditation that you go through, the time in solitude and silence. It's sort of those getting things done, if you know what I'm saying. So, there's a quote by Benjamin Franklin, which I love. It's early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And that's just the greatest quote ever, in my opinion. And that's the perfect example for what I'm trying to talk about, where waking up early, even going to bed early. I'm not going to talk about that too much right now, but I think that goes, with waking up early. If you wake up early and you get enough sleep still, then you should be going to bed earlier, So, again, I think it's more about the principle, and that's what you'll find with my channel, is what I'm trying to talk about, is how everything leads back to the principles and the values that you have. Even if on the outside it just seems like something totally, subjective or outside of that, but it always correlates back to your values. That's what I want you to know, is that whatever you do always correlates back to your values and back to what you believe, right? So I'm trying to get young men my age especially, and young women too, to realize that the values that they hold perfectly implicate in what they do in their life, if that makes sense. That kind of sounds complicated, but it's whatever you do in life reflects your values. and your beliefs. So if you get your values and beliefs right, then it will just reflect how you live. And you don't need to worry about doing all the right things, making sure I have the perfect routine. It's just, do I have the right values? Are my values good? And you need to check them every day, because you work on them. Like, I would say I have pretty good values right now, but I still work on them every day. I still check myself every day. I can see where some values are lacking, whether it's respect to my parents, diligence in my work, whether it's making these videos or actually working at my job that I don't have yet. But it's like, yeah. Another aspect I want to talk about is coffee. So I'm a big coffee drinker. And I think coffee is so underrated in our generation. Coffee is like the best thing ever to me, because it wakes me up in the morning, but it doesn't like overstimulate me like an energy drink would. It doesn't make me like shaky or anything like that. Unless I have like 2 or 3 cups of coffee, then it definitely does. But it's the perfect amount of waking me up, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't say it's a cope. I mean, I guess you could in some ways, but to me, it's like the ritual that I do in the morning, like more of a routine that I do. And that's part of why I like to wake up in the mornings, because that's what I do in the mornings is I wake up, I read scripture, Psalms, Proverbs, I pray, I do things like that. And then I have my coffee, like that's just the foundational part of me waking up. And to me, again, it's like, it's almost a symbol of my value, I guess you can almost call it like a traditional value of sorts in some ways. So I think more people should be drinking coffee, and not this iced coffee crap that you buy at Sheetz or that you buy at the gas station. That's not going to work. A Keurig's fine, just whatever, just black coffee. Drink black coffee, even if it's medium roast or dark roast. Drink coffee, because it's going to make you a better person, because it's the perfect amount to wake you up. And to me, it's like, it's a distinct taste, you know what I mean? When I think about drinking coffee, it's like, I think about all the people, before me who've had a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Where it's like the past thousands of years of people drinking coffee, and I'm one of them. And I'm going to get into this later, because I have a lot of interesting beliefs on coffee. Not that crazy, but I would love to make a whole video talking about it. But again, the principle of this video is that what you do reflects your values that you hold. So make sure and reflect internally and look at your own values and check them every day to make sure that they're in line with who you want to be and who you are becoming, and not who you've been, because that's dead, that's the past, that's the old you, but who you are becoming and who you want to be. So let me know your thoughts on this. If you're a big coffee drinker, please leave a comment. I'd love to get to know you. As a coffee drinker, maybe this channel should be about coffee. I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but thanks for watching.